right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Content Creator Basketball stream here as we just concluded Sunday Night Football, and we had a pretty solid game, at least as a neutral fan that had no dog in this race, guys. So, Sunday Night Football has concluded, and we have all the playoff spots here, and I'm sure there's probably going to be a couple Dolphins fans who are going to be gut-wrenched after today's game, or the game that is played tonight. I know there's a few Jaguars fans that follow me that are really disappointed about how their season came to an end. If anybody is not a big or did not watch the game tonight, the Buffalo Bills defeated the Miami Dolphins 21-14. They win the AFC East against all odds after the last 5 or 6 weeks. It looked like that the Bills could have possibly missed the playoffs, but they ended up sneaking in. They clinched the playoff berth earlier today after the Jaguars lost, but then they still found the importance of winning tonight's game because of the division, in which they do get the division. They get the number 2 seed, and they will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in wildcard weekend next Sunday. But enough of football talk right now. I want to get you guys up to speed right now as we are concluding the first schedule block tonight, and that would be between the Cincinnati Nasty Natis, which is the last team to be featured in a watch game, against the Minneapolis Sports Gurus, who was featured last week, right before New Year's. So they ended up losing their game. But here we are right now. We got the Nasty Natis, who are 16-7 right now, in first place in the Central Division and number 2 in the in the Eastern Conference, I should say. Meanwhile, we got the Minneapolis Sports Gurus, who are 10-13 and are 4th place in the Northwest Division and 12th in the Western Conference right now. As I said, this is the final game of schedule block number 1. There will be no stream tomorrow because it will be between the schedule blocks. And then we'll start schedule block number 2 on Tuesday night. And I'll announce the first game of the schedule block number 2 coming up, of course, in the 4th quarter, like I always do, or like I've always done so far. And before we get started, we're going to go look at the starting lineups. For the Nasty Natis, we got Steph Curry, Zach LaVine, Asar Thompson, Patrick Williams, and Wendell Carter Jr. Meanwhile, we got, for the Sports Gurus, we got Trae Young, Norman Powell, Mikal Bridges, Keegan Murray, and Willie Hernan-Gomez. So everybody sit back, relax, and enjoy the CCBA stream now that Sunday Night Football and Week 18 has officially concluded.
The starting lineup for Cincinnati. At power forward, Patrick Williams. At center, Wendell Carter. At the other forward position, Asar Thompson. At shooting guard, Zach LaVine. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. The head coach of the visiting team is Rick Carlisle. Now let's meet your Minneapolis starters. In the middle, number 5, Willie Hernan-Gomez. the shooting guard position, number 24, Norman Powell. Starting at power forward, number 13, Keegan Murray. The other forward, number 1, Mikal Bridges. At the other guard position, number 11, Trey Young.
And after watching the starting lineups here, we are welcoming you to the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Cincinnati Nasty Natis come to travel to take on the Minneapolis Sports Gurus, the host team. As I mentioned earlier, the Sports Gurus did have a watch game a couple of weeks ago. This is their second watched game and the final watch game of schedule block number 1. As you can see the injury report, Nikola Vucevic out 6 to 8 weeks with a torn left MCL. And you see Roy Hachimura is out for a few weeks as well. I invite you guys to sit back and relax here. As you see, there is a C+ home court advantage for the Sports Gurus. Sports Gurus are in their white uniforms. They were wearing the purple the last time they played the Dubmans, as the Sports Gurus do win the top tip. This is the 17th and final watch game of schedule block number 1. You see Mikal Bridges. He had that layup opportunity, but Carter Jr. will grab the rebound here. Zach LaVine coming around. LaVine giving it back over to Curry, being guarded by Trey Young. Curry dishes it over to LaVine. LaVine trying to get open, but it gives it over to Thompson. Asar Thompson, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. 3 ball for the Nasty Natis, no good. Willie Hernan-Gomez with it. See Trey Young coming around. Young with a jumper, and it's good. And the first 2 points go to the Sports Gurus, who are up 2 to nothing. As I mentioned earlier, the Sports Gurus are 10 and 13 on the season, 4th place in the Northwest Division and 12th in the Western Conference. And you see Curry for 3, and he drains it. What else is new? Cincinnati on top by 1 as we are a minute and 15 into this game. See Trey Young dishes over to Hernan-Gomez, and Hernan-Gomez is going to go to the line as Wendell Carter called for the shooting foul.
Team foul. At the line for Minneapolis, Willie Hernan-Gomez. 2 shots.
The Cincinnati Nasty Natis going into this game are 16 and 7. Second place in the Eastern Conference, but leaders of the Central Division. Is the Hernan-Gomez there for hits the free throw there, 3-3. Hernan-Gomez hits them both, and the Sports Gurus are back on top. They have a 3rd lead change already, and we're a minute and a half into this game. Zach LaVine for 3, and he drains it, and the Nasty Natis are back up by 2. As you see on the road, looking at the stats, Zach LaVine averages 23.4 points a game on the road. See Trey Young being guarded by LaVine, who just hit the 3 just a second. Oh no, that's Curry. And he misses that one. Curry does get the rebound. See Curry for three, and he misses it, but Wendell Carter Jr. gets the offensive rebound and gets the layup, and it's 8-4. Second chance points already for the Nasty Natties here. See Trae Young is using it over to, I believe that was Bridges, and he misses it. Zach LaVine coming around. LaVine, layup attempt no good. Keegan Murray with the rebound. By the way, Chris Murray is also on the team. Or Chris Murray is on Cincinnati right now, so you'll see both the Murray twins in this game. Most likely, depending on what part of the bench he's on. I see LaVine giving back over to Curry here as we're approaching 3 minutes into this game. The Nasty Natties up by 4. Curry with the shot, and it's good, and it doesn't surprise me that he would hit those shots. Curry averaging 27.6 points per game. I will have statistics and standings and awards out on my Twitter account. That's at Vita Productions here. Both the Instagram and the Twitter are under the same handle. I just see Curry with another deep three, no good. Hernan Gomez with the rebound, and it's been over a 2-minute scoring drought for the Nasty Natties. Or not for the Nasty, for the Sports Gurus, my fault. But Keegan Murray for three, and he drains it, and it's 10-7. Keegan Murray, I believe, hit 12 three-pointers for the Kings a couple of weeks ago, set a franchise record. And there's an illegal screen called against Williams. If you look at the split stats for LaVine, the season average compared to the last 5 games, he's been a little bit off his average. See Norman Powell here. Give it over back to Willie Hernan Gomez. This will not be the last time you see either of these two teams here. You see Trae Young had that opportunity to tie the game, but doesn't. See Zach LaVine for three. No good, and Trae Young will grab the rebound. Both teams, I think, are going once in the second schedule block. Young for three. No good, and Thompson will get the rebound. It's 10-7 right now. The Nasty Natties are on top. They see Curry with another three-point attempt, no good. Curry had 38 points in the game against Washington. So they are on a back-to-back if you look at the schedule or the calendar there. So that was a last night's game, at least on the game calendar. See Bridges getting that screen, but you see Hernan Gomez, he's going to go to the line. Wendell Carter Jr. called for his second foul, so he is fouled twice already.
At the line from Minneapolis,
Willie Hernan Gomez will sink the first one, and it's 10-8 as we're going to have our first substitution. Wendell Carter Jr. going to go to the bench. And he sinks them both, and it's back to a one-point game again, and timeout for Cincinnati. Hey, let's try to take a look at what's happening tonight what happened tonight in the NBA. And we did have some games despite the football that was taking place, some big football games that took place, but you know, we did have games that took place in the NBA still. The Cleveland Cavaliers with a 2-point win over the San Antonio Spurs, 117-115. In Brooklyn, the Portland Trailblazers 134-127 overtime winners over the Nets. My Sacramento Kings got blasted for the 4th time this season against the New Orleans Pelicans, 133-100. The Orlando Magic 117 to the Hawks 110 in overtime. That game was in Orlando. The Dallas Mavericks upset the Minnesota Timberwolves 115-108. The Denver Nuggets are 131-114 winners over the Detroit Pistons. The Memphis Grizzlies 121-115 victors over the Phoenix Suns. The Raptors defeat the Warriors in San Francisco 133-118. And we have a good one going on at the Crypto.com arena in the hallway battle with just 3:28 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Lakers with a 96-95 lead over the LA Clippers. That is the last game going on in the NBA to this point. As you can see here, the Nasty Natis are 16-7. And you can see they are second place of the Eastern Conference at this point. As we're getting ready to head back to action here. So Thompson gives it back over to Steph Curry, back over to Jakob Poeltl, now into the game. To Zach LaVine over to Thompson. There's three. As Curry will hit another three, and it's back to a 4-point lead again. Led by as many as 6. Earlier in this game, you see Trae Young in their last game against and there is no, that's a personal foul against Zach LaVine.
Third team foul.
Zach LaVine's first personal. As the Trae Young had 22 points in their loss to the Dallas Revamps, somebody that we watched a few days ago in a watch game. We'll see him again. See them again coming up later on. The second scheduling block is Trae Young goes around Steph Curry for the layup, and it's a 2-point game. Look at Trae Young right now, just a shade under 30 points per game this season. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. It's 13-11 right now. You see Steph Curry with this 3-point shot, and it's good again. And the lead back up to 5. As we are over halfway through the first quarter, Keegan Murray, he had the layup no good. Jakob Poeltl with a rebound. Looking at the rebounds right now, the Nasty Natis with that edge, 9-5. That's Asar Thompson with the layup, and it's a 7-point lead. In yesterday's game, we had the the Houston Dirty Casuals lose an 11-point lead to lose. And look at that, you gotta get that shot up, and no good. Young with the rebound. But yeah, we actually had a big comeback yesterday. The Memphis Jedis came back from 11 down to win by 5 against these Dirty Casuals. As another Steph Curry 3-point attempt, no good. He's shooting a lot of them. I think he's going to probably get at least 20 3-point attempts in this game, as you can see some substitutions being ready to be made on the side of Minneapolis as Mikal Bridges. He's going to get that layup, and it's no good as Asar Thompson with the rebound. He's going to go the other way. Steph Curry with it. Curry, give it over 10, 9. Curry with the shot up, and it's no good. Mikal Bridges with the rebound as we're approaching 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 7-point lead for the Nasty Natis. And then you see that nasty move by Trae Young, but he could not finish it off with the 3. Young, 4 points on 2 of 8 shooting and 1 assist. As substitutions are coming in for Nasty Natis as well. As Stephen Curry, he is averaging 27.8 points a game. And he's just on fire to start the game as the Sports Gurus call a timeout. Let's go look at any games in college basketball today in the top 25. And we only have one game in the top 25. The Memphis Tigers, number 15 Memphis Tigers, survived the SMU Mustangs 62-59. And in the NFL, we'll go look at some NFL scores here as we just saw the game go final here right before the start of the stream. As I said, I was going to do this at the conclusion of Sunday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills win the AFC East for the fourth straight season with a 21-14 win over the Miami Dolphins. The Chiefs with 13-12 winners over the Chargers. The Rams with a 21-20 win over the 49ers. Yeah, that game was pretty meaningless for the 49ers anyway. Seahawks with the 21-20 winners over the Arizona Cardinals. However, that didn't mean that much because the Packers won their game against the Bears 17-9, clinching that final wild card spot. Basically making that win for the Seahawks, as well as the Saints 48-17 win over the Falcons, meaningless. The Giants with the 27-10 winners over the Philadelphia Eagles, and even if the Eagles would have won, that would not have mattered because the Dallas Cowboys won 38-10 over the Washington Commanders to win the NFC East and get that number 2 seed. As we are heading back to action here. As I said, anybody who's lurking in the chat, you can talk about anything. This is not basketball exclusive. This is not a basketball exclusive stream, by the way. Or chat, I should say, as we got some substitutions in. Black is into the game now for the Sports Gurus. Give it over to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Black again. Find over to Reggie Jackson. Jackson coming around. Oh, he gives it up to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic to Jackson. Jackson's got to get that shot up. And he does hit it, and it's back to a 6-point game. .180 seconds to play here in the first quarter as Steph Curry for 3. As Jakob Poeltl will get the offensive rebound, and he just gets that second chance points there. It's 22-14. We will go over stats as well as the simulation ticker when we end this game as Mikal Bridges. Look at that layup, and it's good, and it's 22-16 now. So 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It's still a 6-point lead for Cincinnati. Curry for 3. He misses that one. Black will get the rebound here. You see Smith coming around, and Smith misses it. Jakob Poeltl will get the rebound. Curry with it, crossing the timeline. Carter with it, gives it over to Poeltl, and Poeltl misses the dunk. Poeltl gets the offensive rebound. He misses that, and Smith will grab the rebound. Jackson, give it over to Bridges. Back over to Jackson. And there is an illegal screen call against Smith, and that's his first substitution on the court. Moody coming into the game now for the Nasty Natis, and we got Young, Jackson, Bogdanovich, Brown, and Smith on the court for the Sports Gurus. And there's a Curry shot. No good. Smith gets the rebound. Steph Curry has 13 so far in this first quarter, 5 of 13 shooting. See Young coming around. Trae Young with the bucket. It's back down the floor again. Sports Gurus shooting 6 of 18. They're shooting only 33% so far in this game. Kevin Love with the bucket there. It's a 6-point game. Bogdanovic for 3. And he drains the 3. And it's back to a 3-point game again. Bogdanovic hit some pretty clutch shots for the Kings when he was playing in Sacramento in the NBA. And you see, like, nice pass there. Nice pass by Curry and nice dunk by Kevin Love. It's a 5-point game again. Yeah, in the first quarter here, we're almost done. As Bogdanovich, second straight trip down the court, and he gets points. He's had 5 points the last 2 times. As we're under 30 to play here in the first quarter. Kevin Love for 3, and he drains it. And their lead's back up to 6. See, Trae Young back over, and you see Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich back over to Jackson. 6 to play here. Coming around. Jackson with the layup, and it's a 4-point game now. 3.1 to play in the first. You see Curry's going to try to get it up. Will it count if it goes in? No, it won't count and won't go in anyway. And at the end of the first 12 minutes, the Cincinnati Nasty Natis leading at 29-25. All right, we are back here at the Target Center in California, or in Minnesota, I should say. As we are going to get ready to start the second quarter, where the Nasty Natis, I believe, will get the ball to start the second quarter after the Sports Gurus won the opening tip, and that is, in fact, the case as Pirtle inbounds it to Curry. Curry with it, being guarded by Trae Young. They're over there to Kevin Love. They see Curry, Carter, Pirtle, Moody, and Love are in the lineup to start the second quarter. And there's a shot up, and no good. Brown will get the rebound. It's over to Smith, and Smith with the dunk, and it's 29-27. Get over here now. You can see Curry with it. And over to Jakob Pirtle. Pirtle with the jumper, no good. That went in and out. Bogdanovich grabbing the rebound here. 11-12 to play in the second quarter. Trying to tie or take the lead. They see Young coming up with a shot. Attempt no good. Pirtle grabbing the rebound. Moody has it. See K-Love coming over to Carter. Carter back over to Pirtle. Pirtle back to Carter. Carter for 3. In and out. 10:40 to play in the second quarter. Back over to Jackson. Jackson for 3. No good. Jackson with the rebound. Carter gets a rebound, I should say. You see Carter coming around. Back over to Curry. Stephen Curry up 29-27. He's over there to Moody. Moody for 3, and he drains it. The lead is back up to 5 for the Nasty Natis. As we are 2 minutes into the second quarter. This game coming to you from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And you see Smith with the slam dunk. You see the Sports Gurus shooting 11 of 25 to this point. Still under 50% shooting, but they're starting to get a little bit shot selection better. It's Steph Curry, who doesn't surprise me. Had 13 in that first quarter. With add that 3, he now has 16. He's on pace to probably tying at least. You see Trae Young for 3, and he drains it 35-32. Young had 6 in that first quarter. Now he has 9. as a timeout called by Cincinnati here. 3-point difference right now, 9:11 to play in the second quarter. And let's go look at how that game in Los Angeles is doing here. And it's 12 seconds to play. And it looks like the Lakers are going to come out on top of that game against the Clippers. It's 105 to 101, depending on how that situation is going right now. But it's a two-possession game right now over at Crypto.com Arena. The Lakers on top, 105 to 101. Some other NFL scores to get to. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the NFC South with a 9-0 win over the Carolina Panthers. So the Saints won 48-17, but that didn't really matter because Green Bay won their game, and even if Green Bay lost that game, Seattle would have gotten in over them. So the Saints were going to be eliminated one way or the other. The Lions 30-20 winners over the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions get their 12th win of the season, the most since 1991. They will be the 3 seed, and I'm sure the fans are going to be really pumped up for their game against the Los Angeles Rams coming up. And that's actually a pretty big storyline too, because you have, remember this, a couple, about 2-3 years ago, you had the trade between Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford, and I believe this may be Stafford's first trip to Detroit since the trade, and it happens that it's going to be happening that he's playing in the first ever playoff game at Ford Field. As we're going to get back to action here in Minnesota. As Carter finding over to Love. Carter, 4-3. No good. Whitehead with the rebound. Back over to Jackson. And some substitutions coming in now. Back over to Whitehead. 6 to shoot here. And he's going to lose it. Love with the rebound. Carter coming around. And Carter's going to get the layup. 5-point game again. 5-point lead again, I should say, as we are under 8.5 to play until halftime. C. Smith give it over to Young. Trey Young with the layup, and it's good. 37-34. See Kevin Love giving it over, and there's Moody for 3, and he drains it again. Moody has hit a couple of big threes so far here in the second quarter. And just when the sports gurus are thinking about trying to close the gap, you see the Nasty Natties are hitting some big shots right here. And you see Smith coming around with that big slam dunk. It's back to a 4-point game. Back over to Carter. Carter for 3. No good. See Whitehead with it, giving back over to Young. That's going to be a fun match. Young and Steph Curry. You see Smith tried that. No, that wasn't Smith that tried the 3, I don't think. Yeah, that was him tried the 3. And there's Curry for 3. No good. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson giving over to Smith, and Smith with the 2 points there. They're averaging 26.1 assists per game as a team, 11th in the NBA. They have 10 tonight so far. Is it over for Carter? Carter. And no good as Smith with the rebound. And look at that, Bogdanovich. Wow, what a nice move by Bogdanovich here. That might be a YouTube short clip worthy, and this game is tied at 40. See Curry coming around. Being guarded by Trae Young. He gets a wide open Moody for three. No good, though. So they dodged the bullet there. Approaching the halfway point of this, they see Jackson coming with a layup. No good. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Moody with it now crossing the timeline as we are now halfway through the second quarter. All tied at 40. See over here, Curry coming around. Curry with a bucket. Or jumper from the line, no good. Trae Young. Young for three, and he's been fouled. No, that's a loose call foul against Whitehead as we got some substitutions being made. Curry's still in the lineup, and you had Levine, Thompson, Williams. And now let's look at the lineups. Young is still in the lineup with Powell, Bridges, Murray, and Hernan Gomez. So we got almost the entire starting lineup back out for both teams. Trying to give it back over to Curry. Curry coming around back over to Williams. Williams trying to get that shot, but no, he won't be able to. Curry needs to get that off. And he drains that three-pointer, and the Nasty Natties are back on top by 3. 43-40 now. So we are now 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Young for three. No good. Carter Jr. with the rebound. Zach LaVine. You see right there, LaVine giving back over to Williams. Williams from inside, and it's good. It's a 5-point game. Back on top by 5, I should say. Mikal Bridges coming around and getting back over to Young. Young back to Norman Powell. Norman Powell for three. He drains it. It's back to a 2-point game again. Back over to Williams. Williams coming around. And he steps out of bounds. And the Sports Gurus will get the ball. As you see Rick Carlisle not too happy with it. Next game coming up for the Sports Gurus will be at the Jacksonville Blaze, then at the Philadelphia Shadows, followed by a home game against the Dub by the Baffles, and then at the Dubmans here as Curry is going to be being summoned. Trae Young also being summoned by Jackson. And you see Mikal Bridges there with the slam dunk. It's tied at 45 again. It over for Carter to Levine. Levine coming around. Jevon Carter had 11 points in the game at Washington. And you see the Nasty Natties are back on top by 2. Back over to Murray. And Murray, Keegan Murray with a layup, and it's good. He got his own offensive rebound, and he was able to put the points up, and we are tied again at 47 with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. See Zach LaVine coming around, being guarded by both Murray. And there's a loose ball there, but Thompson was able to keep it as he got 4 to shoot. They got to get that shot up. Thompson for the jump shot. No good. Hernan Gomez grabs the rebound here. Jackson with it. Bridges. Good. And it's 49-47. The Sports Gurus back on top now. I believe first time probably since 4-3. See Levine for 3. No good. But Carter Jr. will get the rebound. And he'll get the second chance points there. We're tied again as we are approaching the final 2 minutes of the first half. You see Jackson being guarded. And you see, oh, look at that, Hernan Gomez. Got to get the shot up, and he does. And the Sports Gurus are back on top by 2. (51-49). 1:30 to play here until halftime. Asor Thompson misses it, but Williams is going to get the offensive rebound and the second chance points as Patrick Williams has 4 points on 2 of 2 shooting. So we're knotted at 51. Get it over there. Mikal Bridges misses it. Wendell Carter Jr. with the rebound. Go over to Zach Levine. This is the Content Creator Basketball Association here. The end, as you see, Carter Jr. Carter with the shot, no good, but Norman Powell with it. Gives it over to Hernan Gomez, and Hernan Gomez with the jam. 53-51, 38.5 to play until halftime. See Carter, Jevin Carter almost lost it for a second. Levine. And you see Patrick Williams give back over to Carter, back to Levine. Levine coming around. Back over to Carter. Carter for 3, no good. Shot clock turned off now. See Jackson, they can hold on for the last shot. Jackson coming around. He's going to get the 3-point attempt. He hits it at the buzzer. And at the end of the first half, the Minneapolis Sports Gurus 56. The Cincinnati Nasty Natis 51. Oh boy, everybody sit back and relax. We might have a great second half coming up. All right, as we are going to get ready to head back to the second half here. 56-51, the Minneapolis Sports Gurus on top after Jackson hit a three-pointer to end that first half. To put them up by 5, but you know what though? This is still anybody's game here, and what we learned, no lead was safe, especially yesterday last night, as I mentioned that Houston Dirty Casuals had an 11-point lead in the third quarter, see Young, Powell, Herning, Gomez, Bridges, and Murray are out in the lineup for the Sports Gurus to start the second quarter, or third quarter, I should say. See Trae Young coming around. Look at that. Look at those moves on Steph Curry, and he rewards himself with those points. He has 13 in this game now. 7-point lead for the Sports Gurus here. I said, as Levine will hit the shot, and it's good. It's 58-53. I said the Sports Gurus are 10-13 on the season, 4th place in the Northwest Division. Meanwhile, they are playing the second best team in the Eastern Conference, as Mikal Bridges doesn't get that shot in. Thompson will get the rebound. Back over to Levine. Levine back to Curry. Curry for 3, and he drains it. That's 22 for Steph Curry. He had 19 that first half, but now he has 22. Let's see, Murray with it, back over to Norman Powell. Powell coming around, and he will get the bucket, and it's good, 60-56. See Levine finding it up, go over to Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr. You see Zach Levine for 3, and he drains it. It's now a 1-point game again. They are on an 8-2 run. Down by 7 early to start the second quarter, or third quarter, I should say, but now has it to within 1 again. Get it back over to Trae Young. Back over to Bridges. Bridges with it, finding over to Hernan Gomez to Young. Young for a deep 3, no good. Wendell Carter Jr. with the rebound. Asar Thompson, find it over to Zach Levine. Back over to Curry, being guarded by Trae Young. This has been a very fun match. Look at that, Curry for 3. Hernan Gomez will grab the rebound. Powell with it. Back over to Trae Young. Give it over to Hernan Gomez. Back over to Powell. Powell for 3. He drains the 3, and the lead is back up to 4 for the Sports Gurus. As we're approaching 3 minutes into the third quarter. 3 very exciting minutes so far at this point. Steph Curry coming around. Curry for 3. No good. Hernan Gomez with the rebound. I said, coming up after the game, we'll go through stats as well as the simulation ticker. As Trae Young with the bucket, and it's a 6-point lead now. Young with 15 in this game, 10 inside the paint. And they're back up by 6 here with under 8.5 to play here in the third quarter. Game coming to you from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The final game is scheduled block number 1, as you see Wendell Carter Jr. misses it. Young has it. Back over, he gets the screen, but Curry's back on him. He did get the shot off, but no good. 6-point lead for the Sports Gurus here. Levine for 3, no good. Hernan Gomez with it. Just a reminder that tomorrow night, Monday night, there will be no stream as we're between the 2 scheduled blocks. But we'll have the standings posted. You see Bridges, no good. But we'll have the standings posted over on my Twitter page on a Google Doc later on tonight. Back over to Powell. Powell almost lost it, and he does lose it as Carter Jr. will get the steal. Over to Thompson, and Asar Thompson with the jam. It's a 4-point game again here. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Neither team going away. You see Hernan Gomez, Willie Hernan Gomez with the layup, and it's good. And the Nasty Natties are calling the timeout. This game coming to you from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Minneapolis Sports Gurus with a 67-61 lead over the Nasty Natties. And now let's go look. And it is a final at Crypto.com Arena. The Lakers hold off and defeat the Clippers 106-103 in what they call the hallway battle, as the locker rooms are separated by a hallway. A couple of other finals in the NBA. The Raptors beat the Warriors in San Francisco 133-118. Vikings got blasted by the Pelicans 133-100. The Pelicans are 4-0 against the Kings this season. I think one of them included the in-season tournament, but could care less about the in-season tournament. The Nuggets, defending champion Nuggets, with the 131-114 winners over the Detroit Pistons. Mavericks 115-108 winners over the Minnesota Timberwolves. As that is some of the look from the NBA games that took place earlier this evening. Carter Jr. will inbound it to Levine. It's a 6-point game now. Levine coming around, and he's going to go to the line as Bogdan Bogdanovic called for his first personal foul, the shooting foul.
First team foul. At the line for Cincinnati, Zach Levine.
Levine averaging 24.5 points a game with an 86% free throw percentage. Does it hits them both? It's back to a 4-point game again. See there, see Bridges coming around now. Back over to Young. Trae Young. He's, as you see, 2 to shoot. Norman Powell for 3, no good. Carter Jr. with the rebound. Levine. And back over to Thompson, back over to Curry. The matchup between Curry and Young has been great all day. You see Curry for 3, he misses it. Bridges will get the rebound. 5:50 to play in the third quarter. See Mikal Bridges. Back over to Powell. Norman Powell coming around. Powell for 3, no good. Kevin Love will grab the rebound. Still a 4-point game here, with 5:21 to play here in the third quarter. It's been a game of runs, I should say. Neither team have been up by double digits yet, as you see Curry for 3, and he drains it. No surprise. I believe he's now at 25 or 26 points so far tonight. See Norman Powell giving over to Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez will get an and one opportunity here as Wendell Carter Jr., his third personal foul. Happens to be on a shooting foul, and all 3 times the infraction has been on Hernan Gomez, so Hernan Gomez going to the line again. And he misses this time. So still a 3-point game. Zach Levine. See Thompson coming around. Asar Thompson with the jam. It's back to a 1-point game again. As the Sports Gurus will now call a timeout. 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. It is 69-68. The Sports Gurus on top. And I think I'm just going to take a timeout, a breather here, unless somebody chimes in on chat. Other than that, I'm taking a little bit of a rest. All right, we are back here. It is a 1-point lead for Minneapolis right now. 12-point, see Bridges, 12.9 points per game as he averages. As I said, the first timeout of the fourth quarter, I will announce Tuesday night's game, which will start the second schedule block. And the first two schedule blocks, I try to get every team shown at least once. As you see here, the Nasty Natis were just showcased for the first time tonight. You see Bridges misses that one. Love with a rebound. A chance for the Nasty Natis to take the lead again. Levine coming around. Levine with a jumper. No good. Hernan Gomez with the rebound. All right. Sorry, as I said, a little hiccup there. As we have the broadcast sometimes does like to stop. I don't know why, because I have it on the lowest latent setting here. And there's a three attempt, no good. See Curry with it coming around. See 11 to shoot here. Asar Thompson with it, giving back over to Kevin Love. Some substitutions ready to be made here. Wendell Carter Jr. with it. Back over to Kevin Love. Love. And he hits the bucket, and the Nasty Natis are back on top. 70-69. They lead for the first time in the second half. I see Trey Young with it. The battle between him and Steph Curry has been a good one so far. See Norman Powell back over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich for three, and he drains it. And the Sports Gurus are back on top by 2 with under 3 to play here in the third quarter. Back over to, you see Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr., and he ties the game up. 2:40 to play here in the third quarter. Norman Powell giving it over to Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez back to Powell. Gives it over to Young. Trey Young with it. Finding over to Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Back over to Powell. Powell with the layup, and it's good. It's back to a 2-point lead again. As you see, Levine with it. Give it over to Curry. Curry back over to the Love, and Love with the shot, and it's good. 74-74. As we're now under 2 minutes to play here, as Nelson Bullock joins us here at Target Center. How are you doing today, Nelson? I hope you were having a good night. See, there's the jumper for Trey Young. No good. Kevin Love with the rebound here. Set tied at 74. Back over to Levine. Back to Asor Thompson. And wow, let me see here. And it's Kevin Love with the 3, and they're back on top by 3. I'm having a very good night. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Glad that you're joining us here as we got the Sports Gurus calling their timeout here. Wait, I have a green sword? I think you do have a green sword. Were you under by a different name? Were you under by a different name at one point that I may not have realized? Possibly. What did you used to go by? Because so I used to go by the one. And oh, are you Kaz? The rebranding? Oh, you were messing with me, weren't you, the entire time, Kaz? Or should I say Nelson Bullock? V-Dub in the house, let's go. I guess that's your rebranding, isn't it? You are indeed. Clover got it worse, to be fair. I know he's streaming right now. But you know what? Clover actually has the best question, mysterious question of all time. It has to do with the Stanford tree. How could he do push-ups? He has no arms. As we got a minute and 11 to play here in the third quarter. And you know what? Hopefully, as you see, the miss by Bridges there. I believe that was Bridges. And it's a minute to go here in the third quarter. Jevin Carter with it. Keep forgetting there's 2 Carters for the Nasty Natties. Levine with the 3 in and out. Black gives it over to Jackson. Jackson backed over to Bogdanovich. Wow, nice shot selection there. It's only a 1-point game again. 33.8 to play here in the third quarter. But no, I'm sure you're happy your Titans eliminate the Jags today. No, I'm sure Cyber Darkwolf, as you see the miss there, I'm sure Cyber Darkwolf and Pepperjack are crying right now. As you see here, you see Jackson coming around. He did hit the shot to end. And there it goes. No good. And we are done with the third quarter here. The Cincinnati Nasty Natis 77. The Minneapolis Sports Gurus 76. As we head to the final 12 minutes. Oh my God, is that former Twitch champion Nelson Bullock? As the real Tight Spot joins us here at Target Center. Indeed it is. What's going on with you, Tight Spot? As you said, yes, after Jaguars, but you do love yourself some CDW? Absolutely. Oh, I know you do, but fuck the Jaguars. And you know what? You and I had a really good conversation earlier. We were talking about screwing draft position. It's fun to actually beat our rivals in the last week of the season. I'm happy that my Raiders beat the Broncos. As you see here, Trey Young for three, and he drains it, and it's a 2-point lead for the Sports Gurus again. As you can see, the lineup set for the Nasty Natties: Curry, Carter, Pirtle, Moody, and Love. That's for the Nasty Natties there. See Love coming around, and he's going to go to the line as Bogdanovich called for the foul. And I'm sure Tight Spot's happy his Steelers are in.
Shooting for Cincinnati, Kevin Love, taking 2 shots.
As Kevin Love makes the first one. I have to start calling you the one and only Nelson Bullock now. As he misses the second one, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Nasty Natties will retain it as it went off of Bogdanovich here. As we're 36 seconds into the fourth quarter here, with the Minneapolis Sports Gurus up by 1. You see Curry with it. So Curry and the battle between Curry and Young has been a pretty good one. Moody back over to Jevin Carter. Jevin Carter for three, no good. Bogdanovich gets the rebound. And you see Trey Young coming around. Young with the jumper, no good. Curry grabs the rebound. And you see Moody for three, and he drains it. Back to a 2-point lead for the Nasty Natties. Again, I hope you guys are all enjoying this game. If anybody has joined in late here, as you see Smith for three, no good. Anybody join in late, this will be the replay of the VOD will be available later tonight on YouTube. And there he is, Carter for three. Jevin Carter for three, and it's a 5-point lead again. How am I doing? I'm doing all right, man. We took down the Christmas tree in my house earlier today. As you see, that was black for three, no good. Took down the tree earlier today, and then just kept up on football. As you saw, a lot of my tweets and scenarios that take place. Curry for three, he drains it. It's an 8-point lead here, and the Sports Gurus will call a timeout as they are on a 10-0 run in the last minute and 36. And for those that are not subbed, you're about to be on an ad break in about 28 seconds. That's tragic if you're not subbed. I do want to announce that tomorrow, or Monday's game, which will start the second schedule block, will feature the Boston Big Babies traveling to Phoenix to take on the Phoenix JG9s, named after Jaguar Gator 9, one of the great YouTube channels for football stories. And I'm sure some people are on an ad break right now. The way to get rid of the ad break is to subscribe to my channel over on Twitch. It is not required, though. It is appreciated, though. But yeah, as I said, coming up on Tuesday night will be the Boston Big Babies at the Phoenix JG9s. The Big Babies, both of them won their first watched game debut, by the way. So they're both 1-0 on watched games. So the Nasty Natties, they were the Cincinnati Nasty Natties that are playing right now. They were the last team to be featured on a watched game. Sports Gurus are on their second one. They will have one game for sure in the second schedule block. Every team will be... And there's a call against Jevin Carter there. His first personal fouls. We got some substitutions being made here. Wendell Gabriel coming in for Kevin Love. So that is on the end of the Nasty Natties. So every team, they see Bogdan Bogdanovic for three. He drains it. And it's back to a 5-point game again. Anybody that's on an ad, got less than a minute now until they are back. Carter with it, coming around. Curry for three, and he drains it. Nasty Natties are on a 13-3 run over the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Trae Young, there's the bucket there, 90-84. Trae Young has 20 in this game, 10 tonight from the paint. As we are 15 seconds away for those that are on Twitch, that are in the middle of the ad break. Curry for three. No good. Bogdanovic with the rebound. Back over to Jackson. I thought for a second Jackson was backcourt, but I could be wrong, though. Trae Young with it. And I want to welcome everybody who dealt with the ads back here, as that was a missed three right there, and it's going back to the Nasty Natties up by 6. Curry for three. And what else is new? Steph Curry with 34 points, 9 so far in this quarter. He'll have to really go off if he wants to break Jaylen Brown's record, as you see Trae Young with the layup there. Trae Young with 22 points. However, you see that plus minus. He's minus 19. He's minus 19 when he's out on the court. Jevin Carter giving back over to Steph Curry. Curry getting a shot up, and it's good. That's another three for him. He has 37. I don't know. He keeps draining those threes. He might break Jaylen Brown's watched record for most points in a watch game. Powell coming around. Back over to Trae Young. Back over to Powell. 4 to shoot. 3 to shoot. Powell's got to get the shot up. He does hit iron, so that will not be the shot clock violation here. It's a 10-point lead for the Nasty Natties here. Back over to Curry. Curry for three. No good. Bogdanovic with the rebound. See, look at that. Trae Young, he's going to go to the line here as Wendell Gabriel called for his first personal foul on the shooting foul. As Trae Young will hit the first one. Kevin Love coming back into the game, I believe, for Gabriel. Look at that. 19 three-pointers made by the Nasty Natties. Later on tonight, I will be having updated standings as well as stats, awards for both individual and team stats. As we'll be going over the stats for this game, by the way, at the end of the game. It's an 8-point lead for Nasty Natties now with under 7 to play. Asor Thompson coming around, and he look at that slam dunk there. The AT&T 5 jams, 5. The AT&T 5G slam cam. You see Bogdan Bogdanovic was like, I'm going to get out of your way. Just cowered out of the way there for a second. It's Trae Young with it. Coming around, look at that. Trae Young with a jumper. No good. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Thompson with it, giving over to Poeltl. Poeltl no good. Smith with the rebound. As you can see here, Trae Young coming around. Young back over to Norman Powell. Norman Powell for three. No good. 98-88. Javon Carter there with the points, and it's a 12-point lead now with under 6 to play here in the fourth quarter. Back over to Powell. Powell for three. He drains it. Norman Powell puts this game back to within single digits. They're not out of this yet. Curry back to Thompson. And you see Jakob Poeltl. Or is it Jacob Poeltl? Okay, I thought it was Jakob. Either way, back up by double digits again. Powell coming. No good. Love with the rebound. You see Carter for three. No good as Powell will get the rebound here. Crossing the timeline. Oh, there's a Smith tried to get it, but he was rejected. It's going the other way. Back over to Thompson and Asar Thompson.
Stephen Curry.
It's so weird. I've been trying my heart. I've had to keep biting my tongue because I know that's not Klay Thompson. Trae Young giving back over to Powell. Powell coming around. Give it back over to Smith. Smith with an open three. No good. Thompson with the rebound here as we are approaching 4:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. See, back over to Trae Young. It's a 13-point lead for the Nasty Natties. Trae Young coming around in front of the free throw line. Jumper, and it's good. It's back to an 11-point game again here. And timeout by Cincinnati, the Nasty Natties here. Franchise record made in a game, team record. Steph Curry 11. Oh yeah, so I guess Steph Curry, because by the way, they keep the Indiana Pacer records, by the way. For those who are not familiar with it, you actually replace a team and you brand and relocate. So they still will keep the records for like the team that you like rebranded and relocated. So in this case, Steph Curry hit 11 three-pointers in this game, and he now has the quote-unquote franchise record for most threes in a game, and that's 11 for Cincinnati / the Indiana Pacers if I didn't rebrand and decided at the real tight spot, no problem. Hashtag here we go. By the way, tight spot, what do you think about your chances against Buffalo? And that will be the 1 p.m. Eastern game on CBS and Paramount Plus on Sunday. 3, 2, 1. As we head out of the timeout here, as I was going over some football scores earlier, as well as some scores in the NBA. As the Natties are going to inbound it here. Back over to Williams. Williams finding over to Levine. Over to Curry. And that's a foul, and that's a blocking foul on Keegan Murray. It's an 11-point game with 3:38 to play here in the fourth quarter. There's 14 to shoot for the Nasty Natties. Their first game being showcased. Over to Carter Jr., back over to Williams. Williams for Thompson. Thompson for three. Asar Thompson puts the Nasty Natties up by 14 now. Unless something happens, it looks like it's going to be another bloodbath. Oh, look at that here. Over to Bridges. Bridges finding Hernan Gomez. 8 to shoot, 7 to shoot. They got to get that shot up here. No good, but look at that rebound, second chance points by Willie Harding Gomez with the jam. Did the chat die? Maybe, I don't know. That's what I kind of wonder in here too, as the tight spots are, not the tight spots, but the Nasty Natties missed that shot. No, that was a real tight spot that asked if the chat died. I haven't had too much of a chat until the second half here. You see Powell for 3. He drains it. It's a 9-point game again. Nasty Natty gets the W's. Yeah. Well, they are the second. They do have the second best record in the Eastern Conference right now going into this stream. They see Curry for 3. No good. Wendell Carter Jr. will grab the offensive rebound. That's no good either. I was sleeping and making late dinner before work. Oh, that's true. You work overnights. How you like the overnights right now? I see Trae Young. No good. And it's going back to Asar Thompson. Curry. No good as Harding Gomez with the rebound. Went around to Trae Young. Trae Young back to Willie Harding Gomez. Over to Norman Powell. Powell coming around. He's got to get that shot up. Powell will get it in, though. It's a 7-point game. A minute and a half to play here. Not bad at all. I mean, I miss my late night hangouts, but other than that, the job is golden. Now, you work at the casino, you said, right? They see Curry for 3. No good. Murray with the rebound coming around here. Yes, sir. That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the new job right now. Young gives back over to Powell. Powell with it. With a jumper. And it's good. It's a 5-point game with under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter. What I missed was your late night streams when I got off of work when you were still working at the airport here. As Trae Young called for the foul. I think they are going to start to intentionally foul and extend the game here. I'm not sure. You see Curry with a deep 3 and he drains it. It's back to an 8-point lead here. Timeout called by the Sports Gurus. That was an alright job. I know promise of success there. Just hated the people you work with. Yeah. I know how that feels sometimes. I do know how that feels sometimes, bro. I think we all have it where we hate each other's, where we hate the people we work with sometimes. But then there are a lot of people who I do love working too. So it all works out here. I'm sure Nelson Bullock, FKA Kaz, there's probably people he likes working with and people who he hates as well. But you know, I can say this right now, currently, at least you guys are working. I'm still trying to find some work right now. I'm going to have to try this. When you going back to Lowe's, I'm hoping I can go talk to somebody this week. I tried calling a couple of managers and that I was told to call, and neither of them somehow were available, or so I'm going to have to go in this week. Richmond, look at that, 119 to 109. We're going to go over results of the games in the simulation ticker coming up after this. As we had 31.9 left here. And you see Bridges for three. No good. Any casinos around you? Well, it's going to be a little bit of a commute, though, because we got Red Hawk. You see Curry for three. He drains it. It's back up to double digits again. Steph Curry with 13. And there's a three. No good. 113 to 102 here. They could just hold on to it. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing here. The Sports Gurus made a game of it, but the Nasty Natties pulled away at the end. And the final score, the Cincinnati Nasty Natties 113. And the Minneapolis Sports Gurus 102. And I need to see what the record is now. I know it's 118 is the actual record. Q has the New York Kills have the record for the most points in a team points in a watched game. See Curry getting interviewed here. Oh, gosh darn it. Watch, so 113. That now actually puts them ahead of the Jacksonville Blaze and the Houston Dirty Casuals for fourth. And I gotta get out of this, or else I'll get copyright claim when I put that on YouTube. So now let's go look at the box score here. Let me see, for the Sports Gurus, because they always start off with the home team regardless if they win or lose. Sports Gurus, we got Trae Young with 26 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Norman Powell, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Willie Hernan-Gomez, 14 points and 15 rebounds, a double-double for him with 1 assist. Reggie Jackson, not Mr. October, but the basketball Reggie Jackson, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Jalen Smith, 8.6 rebounds, 4 assists. Mikal Bridges, 6 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Keegan Murray, 5.6 rebounds. I'm kind of disappointed in you, Murray. Anthony Black, no points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Dark Whitehead, just 2 rebounds. Greg Brown, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And then you got Nickel Alexander Walker, did not play in the game. And now for the Cincinnati Nasty Natties, look at that. Steph Curry, 43 points. And looking at there, he just fell short of being in the top 5 for watch game for an individual performance for the most points in a watch game. He fell just short of reaching the top 5 by 1 point. But either way, great performance. Steph Curry, 43 points, 3 rebounds, 11 assists, double-double for him. Ausar Thompson, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Kevin Love, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal, so he had a double-double. Zach LaVine, 12 points and 5 assists. Moses Moody, 9 points. And all 9 of those came from the 3 ball. Jalen Carter, 7 points. Or not Jalen, Jevin Carter, 7 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Wendell Carter Jr., 6 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. So good, crashing the boards there. Jacob Poeltl, 6 points, 10 rebounds. Patrick Williams, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Wenyen Gabriel, only 1 rebound. And you got Miles McBride, Cody Martin, Johnny Davis did not play. Now let's look at shooting percentages here. Field goal percentages. The Sports Gurus, believe it or not, had a better shooting percentage at 49%, 47% for the Nasty Natties. 3-point percentage is 42% for the Nasty Natties. They hit 22 3-pointers in this game. It's only 12 for the Sports Gurus, but the Sports Gurus shot 39% from beyond the arc. Free throws, not too much, so let's go by percentage. 86% free throw shooting for the Sports Gurus to 75% for the Nasty Natis. Fast break points, 11-6 in favor of the Nasty Natis. Sports Gurus, though, did win handling points in the paint, 48-28. Second chance points in favor of the Nasty Natis with 8-4. Bench points in favor of the Nasty Natis, 35-31. Same, they won the assist battle, too, 29-25. They won the offensive rebounds, 8-2, and the defensive rebounds, 43-42, for a total of 51 rebounds total for the Nasty Natis to 44 for the Sports Gurus. They win the steal battle 2-0. They win the block battle 1-0. They win the turnover battle, only committing 2 compared to 3 for the Sports Gurus. And the Nasty Natis scored 4 points off of the 3 turnovers. Meanwhile, the Sports Gurus only got 2 points off the 2 turnovers. Largest lead of the game was 14 for the Nasty Natis, and the Sports Gurus only had to lead by as many as 7. So that will do it for this game. As we are going to get ready to head to the simulation ticker. So we're going to sim through the rest of the day. As you can see here, momentarily the Nasty Natis are 17-7, and Sports Gurus fall to 10-14. So we're going to sim through the date. Revamps. Marcus Smart with an injury, out 6 to 8 weeks. Ugh. Portland Bearcats are going to be without Sadiq Bey with a right knee tendonitis. They got some pretty lengthy injuries. So now let's go look at the scores for December 16th. See, the Columbus John Jakes go back to 500, 13-13 with a 110-101 win over the Milwaukee Griswolds, who are 9-16. And let's give congratulations to Cyber Darkwolf. They end a 14 Richmond Darkwolves end a 14-game losing streak. They get their 4th win of the season at 4-20 with a 119-109 win over the Philadelphia Shadows, who are now 11-14. The Cleveland Clinkers with a 109-100 win over the Outcasts. Louisville Outcasts at 12-13. The Chicago Murdas 17-10. They defeat the Jacksonville Blaze 110-106 in Jacksonville. Remember, just a couple of weeks ago, we saw these two teams play each other in a watched game. However, the Murdas are 17-10 and the Blaze are 15-11. And the game that we watched, the Cincinnati Nasty Natis go to 17-7 with a 113-102 winners over the Minneapolis Sports Gurus, who fall to 10-14. The Phoenix JG Knights, who will be seen on Tuesday night, they go to the CCBA best 20-5 with a 130-123 win over the New Jersey FGs, and the FGs are now 13-12. The Seattle Dad Gamers with a 26-point win over the Oklahoma City Breezy Bunch, 141-115. The Breezy Bunch now fall to 13-11, and the Dad Gamers are 16-11 on the season. The Dallas Revamps with a 107-103 winners over the Portland Bear Caves, who are now, as the Bear Caves started off 7-0, they were the last undefeated team. They have now lost 10 of their last 17, as the Revamps go to 17-8. The Sacramento Dubbins, my Dubbins, get a 22-point win over Mama Basement Sports Gaming, Salt Lake City Sports Gaming, with a 119-97 win. The Dubbins, again, 16-8. The Dub and the Sports Gaming fall to 10-16. The San Diego Quickie Marts upset, at that point, the number 1 team in the East, the New York Kills, 128 to 120. So now with that loss on top of Nasty Natty's win, the Cincinnati Nasty Natis are now a half a game ahead of the New York Kilts for number one at this moment. I say at this moment because we still got a couple more days of watched games. Or a couple more days of simulations here, and that will do it for December 16th. Now let's go to December 17th as we're going to sim through the date. No injuries to report. And the Boston Big Babies, who will be seen on Tuesday with a 111-108 win over the Tampa Cocos, who fall to 8-17. The Austin Cinco Ochos with a 20-point win over the New Orleans Ninjas, 124-104. The Ninjas now fall to 13-14. The Houston Dirty Casuals with a 21-point win over the Milwaukee Griswolds, 118-97 as they get their 11th win. The Griswolds fall to 9-17. Hey, tight spot in Nelson Bullock. I got a score for you guys. The tight spots upset the Craniacs 124-108 as the Las Vegas tight spots will get their 6th win of the season. The Craniacs fall to 12-13. I'm sure if Cass / Nelson Bullock is in here, he's probably going to be complaining. And the Portland Bear Caves pull off the upset against the top team in the CCBA over the Phoenix JG9s with a 114-110. I'm not going to rebrand the Craniacs this year, but I may rebrand them in 2K25, though. Yet the Bear Caves with a 4-point win over the JG9s, which, by the way, if you subscribe to Jaguar Gator 9 on YouTube, if you are a huge football fan, okay? And I'm going to shamelessly just tell him that, hey, V-Dub sent you. He knows who I am. He knows who I am. Say V-Dub Productions sent you, and so the JG9s are now 20-6 on the season. And then let me go over here. All right. I moved this to because I don't want to have spoiler alert on the Sports Gurus page because this is the last game we're going to simulate. So we're going to sim through date here, and then we're going to go through the injury reports after this. As we go to the daily view here. So the Cleveland Clinkers go to 12-15 with a 121-103 victory over the Houston Dirty Casuals. The Dirty Casuals are now 11-13 on the season, as the Clinkers are 12-15. And just after getting an upset win over Q, the Quickie Marts follow that up with a 124-115 loss to the Cincinnati Nasty Natis. The Nasty Natis are now 18-7. The Quickie Marts are 7-19. The Philadelphia Shanos with a 130-126 win over the Chicago Murdas. The Murdas fall to 17-11, and the Shanos move up to 12-14. The Louisville Outcasts with the 141-107 winners over the Columbus John Jakes. So the John Jakes fall to a game below 500 at 13-14, and the Outcasts finds themselves going back to the 500 mark at 13-13. And in overtime, the Jacksonville Blaze edge out the Minneapolis Sports Gurus 133-132. The Sports Gurus are now 10-15, and the Blaze are 16-11. And the Richmond Dark Wolves are on the back to their losing ways again, losing 129-112 to the Pittsburgh Snowmen. For Walty's team, they are now 10-16. They reached the double-digit mark. And the Dark Wolves are a CCBA worst 4-21. The Memphis Jedis beat the Oklahoma City Breezy Bunch 119-109. The Jedis are 12-13, and the Breezy Bunch are 13-12. The Seattle Dad Gamers go to 17-11 with a 124-108 upset victory over the Dallas Revamps. The Revamps fall to 17-9. And the New Jersey FGs fall to the Salt Lake City Sports Gaming 125-122. As the FGs now fall to 13-13. The Sports Gaming are 11-16. And the Sacramento Dubmans defeat the Washington Craniacs 122-100. A comeback from behind, fourth quarter. So, Kaz, I don't think you're going to be, / Reg Nelson Bullock, I don't think you're going to be really happy with how the simulation turned out. The simulation ticker turned out. But the New York Kills do get back on track. They go to 18-8 with the 108-107 winners over the Anaheim Baffles as they survived the Baffles in Anaheim. And that will do it for this simulation here. And now let me get it over to the JG9s, because they will be the home team coming up on Tuesday, taking on the Boston Big Babies. Boston, you're acting like a big baby. Okay, that came from like Avatar with Zoe Saldana's character telling that to Sam Worthington, you're a big baby. So now we are going to go through the injury report before we raid out over on Twitch. You see the... Look at the injury report here. So, Philadelphia Shadows without Aaron Gordon day to day. Let's see here. Boston Big Babies are going to be without Kyrie Irving and Draymond D's Nutscreen, who just got reinstated by the NBA. I just don't understand why. He probably should have had a longer suspension than just 12 games, but that's just me, though. But Kyrie Irving and Draymond D's Nutscreen out 1 to 2 weeks. So that's going to be 2 players missing for the Big Babies coming up on Tuesday night. The San Diego Quickie Marts will be without Donovan Mitchell for 8 to 10 weeks. Cody Zeller 2 to 4 weeks, and Zach Collins for 1 to 2 weeks. Ugh. That's going to be very hard over there for the Quickie Marts without 3 people. And we're going to skip as the Jacksonville Blaze are without Jordan Clarkson for 1 to 2 weeks. And Kevin Huerter out day to day. Richmond Dark Wolves still without Devin Booker and now Isaiah Jackson 1 to 2 weeks. I wonder why they are probably a league worst 4-21. Jarrett Vanderbilt out for the season for the Salt Lake City Sports Gaming. And for the Sacramento Dubmans, they'll be without the services of Tyrese Halliburton and Alpern Shungen for 2 to 4 months, as well as Tim Hardaway Jr. hurt, but he's day-to-day. For the New York Kills, Kills are still going to be without DeAndre Ayton for 1 to 2 months, as Jante Murray out 1 to 2 weeks. For the Anaheim Baffles, Daniel Gafford out 4 to 6 weeks. And it looks like Jalen Brunson may be back, because I do not see him on the injured list, as Jose Alvarado is day-to-day. Dallas Revamps without Marcus Smart, as I mentioned earlier, out 6 to 8 weeks with the pulled right calf muscle. And Andrew Wiggins is day-to-day. Now Cameron Johnson is now day-to-day with a broken right leg. He's still out, but it's now day-to-day. Jetty Osman out 8 to 10 weeks. And then Jackson Hayes, 1 to 2 weeks. He's going to be missing time for the Seattle Dad Gamers. Nothing for the Nasty Natties. The Columbus John Jakes will be without the services of Maxie Clubber for 4 to 6 weeks. Scotty Barnes, day to day. He's still out day to day, though. But it still says out for the Pittsburgh Snowmen. Houston Dirty Casuals. Shaden Sharp is out 1 to 2 months. Oklahoma City Breezy Bunch is without Dante DiVincenzo for 1 to 2 weeks. And, Nikola Vucevic and Rui Hachimura are out. They did not play in the game for the Sports Gurus. Who knows what would have happened if they were healthy. I thought maybe the healthy Vucevic and Hachimura probably could have propelled them to maybe an upset victory tonight. We'll never know, though. Portland Bear Caves without Sadiq Bey for 4 to 6 weeks. We did see that. Ooh, here we go. This is going to be big right here. Amen Thompson, day to day. He's hurt. We don't know if he's going to be playing in that game. He might get some minutes. And then Jason Tatum is definitely out for Tuesday night's game. He's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks with that sprained left toe. And then the Washington Craniacs, Malik Beasley, out day to day. Or he's hurt, but day to day with a deep right bruise. And that is your injury report. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching this. I'm glad to see that we did have some people join the chat late in the second half. Late first half, maybe early second half. As we are going to get ready to raid, hopefully he'll be on here just a little bit longer here. We're going to get ready to send some love to Clover Aquario. For those who are watching this on Twitch, we're going to raid Clover Aquario because he's a good guy. And if you are new and lurking on here, have not followed me, please hit that follow button here on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, as these will be coming out mostly every night, except for maybe certain nights that I can't do this. Again, you can follow me over on the social media on the X, aka Twitter, and Instagram at VDub Productions. But I hope you guys had a great Sunday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your NFL Sunday. Again, no stream tomorrow, as we're going to be streaming as it's the end of the first schedule block here. Tuesday we start schedule block number 2 with the Phoenix JG9s hosting the Boston Big Babies. So guys, take care, guys. Be safe out there. Enjoy your national championship football tomorrow. Michigan and Washington should be a great game. Now, for those on Twitch, we're going to join Clover Aquario's channel. For those that are... Alright, so for those, we're going to get ready to join Clover Aquario's channel. But for those that are watching on YouTube, you guys have a good night. And for everybody, peace out, Paisans.